she always prepares Harry for every occasion. When Harry writes a memoir or does anything in public, it has to be always Meghan Markle to look after him, because maybe that's why perhaps he married an older woman, maybe, to take care of him, to instruct him, to give him directions. He wanted it and he got it from Meghan Markle. He wanted it and he got it. Except that Meghan doesn't really do it for his benefit. Rather, she does it for her own interest. I want to go one by one of these pictures in today's video because I found something that I did not like when I saw it. I would not say I was shocked, but I would say I did not like it. Let's take a look at this photo first, and I'm going to be zooming in here just to analyze few things. When you are going to a party and you are really not a big shot, you should not be touching people the way Meghan is touching here. This kind of touch, according to body language expert, indicates that you are dominating, you are higher than the person you're touching. Or it could also mean that you have that kind of a close relationship with the other person, so you're touching that other person because she's okay with that. But that is obviously not the case with Kris Jenner and Meghan Markle, because Kris Jenner, she doesn't really give a F about Meghan Markle. And we have seen that also when Doria Ragland took some pictures with her in the past. Kris Jenner doesn't care about Doria, she doesn't care about Meghan Markle, so they do not have that kind of relationship. Otherwise, we would have seen more photos, videos together, going to an event together. But this was one of those rarest moments and occasions when Meghan was seen with Kris Jenner. But nevertheless, that's beside the point. What Meghan is doing here is showing the whole world that she is in control. She believes that Kris Jenner is below her because Meghan believes in her head that she is the Duchess, therefore she is the Queen of England, and therefore she has a higher social status than Kris Jenner, even though whatever Kris Jenner has, it is because of her own work, and Meghan Markle, whatever she has today, is because of the monarchy, especially the man she married, the doofus she married. So there is absolutely no way it is appropriate for Meghan to touch Kris Jenner this way, but she did that anyways to show that she is the dominant one. The other thing that you will also notice, and that is she's doing that and she knows that the cameras are focused on this particular moment, because this is a very important, interesting moment for the cameraman, for the paparazzi to get a click and then make it a headline. Meghan realized it, and therefore you see the Meghan is showing her wedding ring. This is what I believe is wedding ring. And the reason for that is because, as we all know, Meghan is struggling with her relationship with Harry, and the public image is not really good about their marriage. So maybe Meghan thought, why not remove all these rumors and tell the truth that I am still with Harry and I'm married. Look, I'm wearing a wedding ring. But you have many other signs to show that Meghan and Harry, they're struggling in their relationship. And I have discussed those things more in details in my videos in a separate video. Okay, so now this one, take a look at Meghan Markle, her claw. Again, another different photo, but same behavior, same attitude. Meghan is touching her. Very, very awkward, very, very cringe, very, very creepy. Why would you do that? I don't know, but that's what Meghan is good at. Touching somebody's shoulder when you don't really... I mean, Meghan should be very, very thankful that she was invited, because she is nobody in Hollywood. And then you can see her claws touching Kris Jenner. And if you take a look at her facial expression in this particular photo, You can clearly see that she was not really authentic. This is not a woman who is authentic, because if you're authentic, then, I mean, the way she's touching her, okay? If Meghan was authentic, her facial expression would be very, very different. Very excited, very happy, not like, oh, I don't know what is happening. So to me, it looks like Meghan was touching her shoulder. At the same time, she was terrified inside. And she was trying to fake it to make it look normal. But no, it was not. It was anything but normal. And if you take a look at her facial expression, Kris Jenner, by the way, guys, if you do not know, Kris Jenner did not post one single photo of her with Meghan Markle on her Instagram. Not a single photo. I think she posted like 20 plus photos on her Instagram account, Kris Jenner. None of them had Meghan Markle and Kris Jenner together. All of these photos were with other celebrities, Jeff Bezos and his wife and whatnot. Not a single one with Meghan and Harry. This one was posted, I think, on Meghan's Instagram account, or Sussex Squad that posted it, but not from Kris Jenner's account. But again, you can see on her face that she was like, yeah, I'm taking this picture, yeah. Because when you are celebrating your birthday, you should be very, very happy and excited, especially when you take photos like this with your guest, right? But that is not what we see here from Kris Jenner when she was taking this photo with Meghan and Harry. She was like, yeah, okay, just get it done with. And these are not speculation, okay? This can be confirmed and corroborated with photos that we have seen from Kris Jenner on her Instagram account, that she completely snubbed and ignored Meghan Markle. Now, I don't know what Harry was doing here. As I said, Harry is always prepared by Meghan Markle. Take a look at his eyes, and then I will share actually another photo talking about his eyes, because I find that to be very, very interesting. You can see the eyes. I mean, he was drinking a lot. This is what this is the impression that I got, that Harry was drinking heavily, or maybe he was under some kind of influence, drug influence. I don't know, but his eyes, they are not normal. And again, as I said, I'll show you and share with you another picture in a second. And then you see almost like same kind of facial expression that Kris Jenner had. You see from Kim Kardashian too. Okay. She was, I mean, when you force someone to take picture with you, that's how your facial expression becomes. She was like, okay, Meghan forced her to take the photo. And take a look at Meghan Markle. Okay, fake smile, but this is really the moment she was waiting for. This is really the moment she was waiting for, because this will hopefully, this is what she believes, this will hopefully give her all the credibility for her product, for those runny gems and jellies that she can sell. Maybe she convinced Kim Kardashian that, hey, by the way, I'm gonna give you some of my products, even though her business is a complete flop. Can you tweet about them on your Instagram account to do some advertisement? But take a look at Kim Kardashian's body position. She was probably pulled in by Meghan Markle, because she is not standing straight as Meghan Markle is. She was not standing straight. If you draw a line here, Kim was a little bit leaned on Meghan Markle, and I believe that happened because she knows Meghan will bring her claws out and pull her in, and I think that's what Meghan did. So Kim was not looking very happy, excited taking this picture, nor she was standing properly. I mean, this Kim Kardashian, she is very, very conscious about her body posture, body language, tonality, and everything, because that's how she sells herself. But in this photo, you don't see Kim doing that. Okay, this is someone who is just doing it because she was forced to do it. Maybe, Harry's requested her, can you go and get a picture with my wife? Now, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, Meghan prepared Harry for this event, and then this photo was clicked, and I could not but notice about Harry's eyes. This is not someone who is normal, who is living in the moment. This is someone's eye that looks pretty drunk, under some kind of influence maybe. I don't know, but this is not this. He's absolutely done. I don't know. Maybe Meghan, her drug on Harry was wearing down, the effect on him. Maybe he was feeling like I just want to go home and get some sleep. But Meghan was like, yeah, I'm gonna drug you so you can stay here for me, because I still have to do my networking and all that, and a lot of these photos. I don't know, but that's just how I see these photos when I take a look at Harry's eyes right here. And of course he is forcing a smile in order to look normal, but no, he was not normal. Now another reason or another explanation for this kind of look from Harry could be this one. So this is this whole picture. Okay, so look where Harry is looking, okay, with his drunk eyes. He's looking right at Meghan, where she was touching Kris Jenner. Okay, maybe Harry was not comfortable the way Meghan was touching people, especially Kris Jenner. Maybe he was like, I mean, you know, Harry is sometimes very, very funny. So maybe he just lost himself. He was like, my wife is touching everybody. So inappropriate. She doesn't know how to behave in this kind of gathering. Maybe that's why he was looking straight at the hand or shoulder of Kris Jenner where Meghan was touching. Maybe, I don't know. But I will leave it up to you guys to let me know what you think about my assessment of these photos. And I will see you in the next video. Subscribe. Have a wonderful day.